Hello everyone and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode, oh no, mono blue. So I have to join the enemy today because this whole week I am doing mono color, and of course I gotta do blue for one of the mono color decks. And mono blue is the only deck that I've been kind of talking badly about, not because it's bad, but because it's too luck reliant. And we all know about Arena and how luck works, because it is not based on how lucky you are, it is based on whether or not Arena likes you. So here is what the deck list look like. We have 4 Consider, 4 Fading Hope, 2 Spell Pierce. A little bit newer, just so that we can stop those early game removal and have a card that could counter, let's say, a Fable or a Wedding Announcement. Really cards that would kill us in the long run, that we can squeeze out a little mana for in the early game. Then 3 Essence Scatter, 4 Impulse, 2 Make Disappear, 3 Negate. Pretty standard number of counter spells, right? And all these counter spells, 3 of the 4 are counter spells and 1 Impulse is for card draw. But all of those is to slow our opponent down so that we can get out our big swingy cards. We have 4 Thirst for Discovery, an absolutely must-have for the deck, because not only can we get card draw out of it, we can, if we want to, put instants and sorceries into the graveyard from our hand that can synergize with Djinn and synergize with Tolarian Terror. And since I talked about it, for Haughty Djinn, have to have them because that is the theme of the deck. Make our thing cost less, swing with a 14/4 flyer that's protected, and win that way. And of course we have 3 Flow of Knowledge, 1 Invoke of the Wind. I don't know why a lot of deck lists have 1 big swing spells, like an Invoke the Wind, or the Blue Sun Twilight. Right? One of those 2, just to control and try to win that way. If your opponent plays a Shieldred, take their Shieldred and hit them with it. That's probably it. Right? That's the whole idea of why we have 1 off, but that's it. No more than that, because we're not relying on it. But what we are relying on are for Tolarian Terror. We need that for a War 2 5/5 1 drop to scare off our opponent. That's basically the theme of this card. And you'll notice in this deck, we're actually missing a lot of phasing cards, right? Your Slip Out the Back, we're missing the Blue March, we're also missing the Hexproof card, the one that makes our creature Hexproof for 1 drop, right? We're cutting all of those out because there are a lot of mono red, there's a lot of soldier, there's a lot of aggro in the meta, and not a lot of control that goes for kills, right? And we don't really need to phase things out. I'm pretty sure one of the games, it's going to bite us in the butt, but hey, you know what? We have to tech against the aggressive meta, because that's what the meta is like a lot of times. Let's see how this deck works. And in land base, 22 basic lands, 22 islands, that's it. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Deck's very easy to build. In fact, the only rare is the Haughty Djinn. If you just take out the Invoke the Wind, right? You don't have to have it. If you don't have it, put in a phase spell like Slip Out the Back. You'll win that way. It's totally fine. And this deck is cheap to make, and that is why it is only good if you're lucky. Well, guess what? If you are lucky, that probably means you're bad at Magic. I'm sorry to tell you that. That's basically how Arena looks at it. If you win a lot of games, you're not going to be lucky a lot of times, because the shuffler will work against you. If you lose a lot of games, like I have been doing, the shuffler will work for you, which you might have seen in the past few games. It has been working for us. Most of the time it doesn't, because I still know how to play the game, and a lot of players don't, and that's why the shuffler helps them. We have a Haughty Djinn, we have a Make Disappear, we have a Consider, we have 2 land. Let's keep, but we are going second, so we're probably going to lose against an aggro deck. Shipwreck Marsh. Interesting. Not an aggro deck. At least not now. Alright. Aggro enough. Well, this doesn't matter as much. Consider. I don't want another Consider. Graveyard. I do need a land. Having just 2 lands is not going to help. We have 22 lands against Phyrexia. Pass turn, no play, of course. 2 can play in that game. No lands. I know we only have 22 lands in the deck, but not having lands does hurt. Alright, let's put in a Fading Hope. 4 lands. Free Wandering Emperor for our opponent. 2nd Bankbuster. Oh, I can make that disappear. You're gonna pay for it? You are gonna pay for it. Still 2 lands. I'm just gonna leave. So, that, like I said, right, sometimes the shuffler will work against you, and it really is dependent on how good you are at this game. That's unfortunate, but somebody tell Magic that. Somebody tell the Wizards that, actually. We all know how Arena works. It's all about rigging. The whole game's rigged. It's not just rigged against me, it's rigged against anyone who's good at the game. And I'm not saying that because I'm salty, but I am salty. I'm also saying that because of stats. ISD Gaming PR. Alright, well, we go first with 1 land this time. That's even worse than last time. Now we have 3 lands, and we get to put something back. We'll keep 6. We'll put back... Impulse? I don't like to, but I'll put it back. Counter into counter? It could work. Maybe I should have put back the Spell Pierce since I'm going first. You live some, you learn some. Again, like I said, this deck is not bad. I've been crap-talking this deck for I don't know how many decades now. 500 decades. But the deck itself is not bad. The idea has a lot of synergy. The problem with that, it's too luck reliant, and it's only good if you get the right draws at the right time. And if you do, it's nearly impossible to beat. Especially for a monocolor deck. That's what's annoying about it. And it's very inconsistent. So you can play this deck and get 100 wins in a row. Or you can play this deck and not get a single win out of 100 games. Or you can play this deck and your opponent ropes. All of which are the reason why we play Arena. Turn 1 rope. Turn 1 not play anything. Looks like fun. And they quit. Yeah. That might be just to be a DC. They try to log back in and they realize, hey, I lost a turn. I'll just quit. That seems to happen with Arena recently. And is it because there's only 7 people left playing this whole game? I don't know. I heard the Arena stats are that the active players have been dropping. I hope that's not true because this game is actually okay to play. It's frustrating, but it's way better than Magic Online. I'm gonna keep this hand because we have two 1-drops and 3 lands. Although we are still going second. Same Shipwreck Marsh against Bob the Blob. Okay, it's not fair to say this game is better than Magic Online. It just looks a lot sharper. And that's the only reason why I like it. Ugh. What is this? Grixis? Alright, let me consider. I do want that. And of course we draw another land. So we either draw only 2 lands, or we draw 5 lands of our top like 8 cards. You gonna play something there? Into my counterspell? You know, the counterspell that I don't have, that he thinks I have? Okay. 4 mana. Nothing? Then I'm gonna get thirsty. Wow. Alright, so I played the Thirst and he did not play anything. Does that mean he has no spells? I have Essence Scatter and a Negate. Do I want to just keep up my mana? I do have Consider as 1 mana. I don't know how good that is. But he could have 2 removal for 2/4. And then what do I do? Well, I need to discard a card, huh? Alright, let's let the Djinn die. No! Still alive! You gonna try to invoke me? Please invoke me, that would be so fun. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Well, we can't have that, so... We'll negate it, and then he'll kill my Haughty Djinn. Is that the plan? What if I don't negate it? Yeah, what if I don't negate it? Then what do you do? What if I just bounce your 0-2? Or 2-2? I don't know why I didn't think about that, so now I thought about it. go for the attack. Alright, so he did not do anything, so we'll get damage. Let's bounce this. We're getting additional damage that way. I already played a land this turn, so I don't want to draw another land. Take 3. We'll end turn. Discard some cards. We got 2 counterspells to hold up, so that's fine. Okay. Nothing, huh? Thirst! You want to do something against Thirst? Yeesh. Top 3 cards are 3 lands. Well, let's consider. Ooh, that's a good card I want. I have a lot of lands, so I think I'm good. I will attack you. Here I can play to consider because I reduce my Tolarian Terror. So that makes it 2 mana anyways. Ooh, I do want that too. I'm gonna take 6. Xander Lounge. You got it. That is a 10. Play a Terror. I have 4 mana. Am I holding up 4 mana for some reason? I don't, right? This is 3 mana total. So let's put up another Terror. Terrifying. Alright, now good luck. Another cycle. Our opponent just has Xander Lounge for every draw. Now they have Fable, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're trying. This looked like a horrendous hand. Invoke, well, why don't we just spell pierce it. Hey, 2. Oh, look, you can't. GG. And we got the game, right? This is kind of how Mono Blue works. It's overbearing. The number of counterspells you just hold up in your hand and your opponent can't play anything. If you get the right draws. And I think we gotta go first, too. So that always helps. Again, I'm not really looking to win a bunch of games in Mono Blue. If I do, I will be very happy. But I really am just over decks that play like this. I do want to find the weaknesses. And one of the weaknesses I do show while I'm playing it is that I don't have an infinite number of counterspell, and a lot of times our opponent are afraid to play it. Sometimes you just gotta do it. This is our exact same hand. I think 2 1-drop, 3 lands, exact same hand. Except this time we go first. Alright, mono red time. Kumano. Ow. Let me think about it. Might need it. Ooh, that's good. So whatever he plays on turn 2 gets countered. Play a Feldon. Aw. I don't want to counter that. Get back. I do need the horror. Horrifying. Epicure? I can handle that. Alright, this is a obtuse play? I don't know. Obscure play? This is a weird play. I'm gonna play Djinn. It's a 2/4. He's on 3 mana. He's gonna have to kill it with some burn. Right? A lot of burn. And if he has a lot of burn, those are not going to my face. And that's important. Okay, so check. If he full swings, I'm not even gonna... 2 play with fire. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not even gonna block, but... should have attacked first. Okay. I wonder if it was wrong to play Djinn there rather than hold up my mana. But even if I hold up my mana, what am I gonna do? X and Scattered a Phoenix Chick? Right? I don't know. I don't know if that was the right play, but it felt bad. Mono red, not play anything. He's got 4 damage on board, so whatever he plays, I really can't do anything against. Oh, he's gonna play stuff anyways, so that helps me a little bit. Look with fire in my face. Please, do it. Four mana Terror feels bad, right? But I have to do it, and then I'll take whatever spell comes at me. That's bad. Overall, it's bad, but maybe we can swing back at this if we top deck a Djinn. Just 1 damage. Scared. See, this is a wrong play. You should attack every turn and just try to go over my head. This will help me draw 6 cards in this card too, so no need for... Is there anything I will play this turn for 1 mana? There isn't. Actually, is there? I have 1, 2, 3. This costs... No, there isn't. I'm going down to 8. Please not be 6 lands on top. Alright, so we're going to have to take a lot of damage because we're letting the shield down this way. But I kind of have to do it this turn, or I waste all 6 mana. You let me do it. No spell pierce, though. I discard 2 cards. I don't know if I have time for Thirst. Do I have time for Thirst? Probably not. I do have time for Consider. I don't have time for 2 Considers. Let me discard it this way, because I have one Consider in the bag. I already let my shields down. Maybe he's thinking about Spell Pierce, but he could have paid for Spell Pierce anyways. I don't need another flow. That sounds wrong. Make this appear. And a land. Okay, we get a Tolarian Terror number 2 here. And maybe I'll draw 3 and discard 2. Do I want to attack? If I attack this turn, I bring him down to 15. And he's going to attack me on the back of that. That's no good. Reckless Impulse. That's 3 cards, right? That's kind of scary. Let me draw some of my cards first. Guess I'll negate it. That was the best card I can draw at that time. I'm gonna go down to 4 here. Yep. I need a Haughty Djinn. Then we'll be in business. Impulse. Let's do it. I guess. Alright, he takes it. Play a land. Play my Terror. That's 15 damage on board. I don't die immediately, but I'm kind of close. Squee, huh? Count unless you pay 2. Well, really? You're about to win, coward. So, yeah. I have no respect for mono red or mono blue decks, but clearly mono blue was superior. That or our opponent was a coward. I don't know why. He wasn't dead, he had blockers on board. Again, this is also what I feel about mono blue a lot of times. Opponents, if you're playing against mono blue, let me put it this way. It feels like it's overbearing, but it's not. Just play what you're going to do, and sometimes you just win anyways. We go first, no 1-drop, but we got a Djinn and 3 lands, so might as well keep. If it's not aggro, we have a good... Oh, it's aggro. They mulligan, so they're probably aggro. They want to get the perfect hand to kill us? Oh, it's not? Not yet. Orzhov. Maybe it's Esper? We have a counterspell for anything they play. Bank Buster? Good. Disappear? Abzan? Interesting. You got a funny deck there. Glissa. Nolissa. Pass? And let me consider. Is it a land? I do want to land next turn. Alright. So, we have a play for the Djinn here, but we can't protect it. At all. So, let's not just draw a Djinn unprotected, even though we can have a free impulse. It's not that good. Now we have 2 impulse. Alright, let's impulse first. Maybe we'll get a spell pierce. Or make disappear. Or negate. They're all good. He's got 1 mana. Let's just make it disappear. Alright, 5 lands, meaning that I can have a Haughty Djinn out. And I can protect it with a 1 mana impulse. Who knows? Maybe he has no kill spells. Go for the throw. Little impulse. I guess I'll get a terror out. This is a little bit scarier of a kill. But there goes our Djinn. And a trespasser. Well, he's not... Well... Every time we thirst, we get 3 lands. So... Go wide. Tap land. Turn to night. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't Wandering Emperor it. We can try.
I'm not overconfident.
Oh, he can do that. I guess I didn't think about that. That's fine. He's got 4 on the Emperor, so we'll put another Djinn. Let's see what their top deck is. He can exile the Terror, but the Djinn will hit the Wandering Emperor for sure. This is going to remove 2 things, so we'll make Djinn a 4. And he can buff it for 1, so it becomes 5. Nope. It's doing that.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Of course I'm not going to block. Top deck lands. Do I want to quit? Let's play this out. I got 1 mana. Maybe it'll do something.
Until next time, then.
Let's drop it. I know it can hold up to look scary, but I can get a flow of knowledge. And then I draw, you know, like 8 cards rather than 7. And I can play a land. All of those 8 cards. Wedding announcement. Nice. You know, our opponent gets draws like those. We get lands. And then our Djinn's dead now because we can't draw anything into the graveyard. So that's a GG. Ah, come on. Lousy mouth and their 3000 DPI. Yeah, it was unfortunate. We had a potential game plan there. I was wondering whether attacking there or not would be correct, but if I don't attack, how would I ever win? It is that when we thirst for knowledge, we do 3 lands. That's the moment when we lost. Olgiso, our next opponent. We get to go first. We have a Fading Hope into a Thirst, so that's good enough of a keep. Unless they're Kumano turn 1. The only thing that hurts us is Kumano turn 1 or a control deck. This looks like a control deck though. Look at that. Actually, we'll probably play the Thirst first. Esper! You gonna play anything there? If it's Bank Buster, we can't even stop it. No, he was scared. So if he was scared, we're just not gonna play anything. This Invoke probably never comes out. Will he let me draw? Okay, do I want to discard basic land? Decline. I like my land. I don't need the Invoke that costs too much. And I don't need 2 Fading Hopes, because I don't think our opponent's playing any creatures. Spell Pierce. That's nice. He's got 3 lands, so I'm not going to just run out a Djinn like this. I have counter spells to hold up. And when he taps out, I will play my Djinn. He's probably not going to play anything for a while. Which is unfortunate, but you know what? That's the play we have to make. Alright, I could play a Djinn here, and if he counters it, I could return counter? I don't know. That kind of gives rid of my Djinn. Bank Buster? Let's make that disappear, shall we? Actually, we want to make it disappear. Let's make it disappear. I don't think he's gonna... Oh, he is gonna pay. Well, then I'll really make it disappear. So we can play a Tolarian Terror, or... Yeah, we can protect the Djinn, right? We sort of can. He can't cut it down. He has 1 mana, so maybe it's March. Come on. Do something. Shieldred's Edict. Just gonna bounce it back in my hand. This way, he doesn't know that I don't have any other protection, but I don't have any other protection. He could kill it again, and if he does, I don't have anything to stop it. And we get to take that out. I don't want an island. Now we consider. I also don't want this island. Essence Scatter. That's a lot of Essence Scatters for what we basically don't have. So, let's drop a Terror on him. Our opponent's roping because of a Terror. He's terrified. He thinks we're going to play the Djinn, but we didn't. Now what? You want to counter the Terror? It doesn't counter the Terror. Well, guess what? Not going to play the Djinn. Wandering Emperor into a counterspell. Essence Scatter's really getting caught. We're not facing enough aggroes. Every time we face an aggro, we win. Every time we face a control, we lose. Because facing against a control, we have to have better draws than either all lands or no lands. And actually, we draw a lot of lands this game. It's not the lands that's the problem. It's the Essence Scatter that basically are caught up some creek without a paddle. And here comes the rope again. Very hard to think about how to play against mono blue. It's a fairy? Whoa.
Don't feel bad when you lose.
Makes a 2-2.
It's nice to see a familiar face.
You gonna block it? You are gonna block it. Alright, let's flow for knowledge. Gotta discard 2 cards here. Let's discard our Essence Scatter and our Impulse. We got 2 of those. And then we can play a land. We do let him play basically whatever he wants. That's kind of the problem, but if we had 2 Essence Scatters, what can we do? Essence Scatter should say creature or planeswalker, honestly. Like, it doesn't catch much. It's like the new... What's that called again? The Hero's Downfall. Nobody ever plays that card anyways, who cares? This stupid Teferi. It's gonna be the death of me. He has only 4 cards. I wonder what he's thinking. Farewell on 1 creature? Oh, in my graveyard. I guess there's that.
Knowledge is meant to be shared.
Alright, let's drop the Djinn. It's a 0/4. I don't want to drop another Djinn because then I'll tap out. This will grow, unfortunately. But we have a lot of counterspell to stop whatever he plays. A little bit. Not much. This is fine. I don't want to give any information by impulsing.
The past can teach us.
Yeah. Yep. No blocks. We'll take the 4. Now we'll impulse. He's got a lot of mana. A negate is good, but the thirst for knowledge might be necessary for me to keep up. Eesh, this is bad. Negate is good though. I need negate to counter his plays. Oh, Fading Hope is pretty good. Let's do that first. What is this at? Come on. 3. Okay. He can draw cards to pump it. So, I'm not really killing it. Counter target spell and proliferate, huh? I don't know if I want that to happen. Yeah, I don't know if I want that to happen. So I'll counter that. Now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could kill Teferi unless he has a Wandering Emperor here. Maybe that's what he's thinking. March. Disappear. Countless Bay 2. Boom. Alright. Unfortunately, I died to a farewell this turn, huh? And he could very well have a farewell because he already had it. What are the chances he has 2? I mean, if he has a farewell, don't I die anyways because I have nothing in the graveyard? Play a creature, come on. This is Essence Scatter. Memory Deluge. Into a farewell, maybe? That's very good for him. Not very good for me. Ended the populate. Alright, card draw? No card draw. GG. Yeah, against control, we really can't, stay this long. We're a tempo deck, and once we tempo out, we lose. So yeah, that's mono blue for you. Like I said, it's only good when you get lucky, and if you don't, it's not that good. People lose to it all the time and feels frustrating and think that the deck is top tier. It's not. It's trash tier. Honestly, I keep saying, these decks where you have to get lucky in order to win are trash tier. It's not like it's mono red burn, right? Mono red burn, you don't have to get lucky all the time. You just have to curve out, and that's not lucky if your deck's full of 1-drops and 2-drops. This deck, you really have to draw the right cards at the right time, and if your opponent's control and you draw all 3 Essence Scatter, or if your opponent is aggro, you draw all 3 Negates, well, guess what? You're losing those games. So that's all I got for you today. Again, I'm playing all monocolor, which is why this week I play mono blue, and honestly, I don't like it. It leaves a bad flavor in your mouth. I would not recommend playing mono blue ever, just because the gameplay style will get frustrating the longer you play. Because there are going to be a lot of those situations where you are just at a bad matchup and you have no way of stopping that game. It's just going to go out of control because you're in a bad matchup. This is not the same case if you're playing mono white control, mono black control, or if you're playing mono red burn, right? There are bad matchups for those, but you can very easily win those games if you basically play correctly, either get your card advantage or get your burn in the face on time. This deck, however, there are bad matchups where you just cannot win no matter how well you struggle, unless your opponent doesn't draw lands, right? Those are games you can still win, but honestly, let's face it. The game style, the way it's played, is not for the faint of heart. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.